big
You know
trucks.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, them thousands living.
Oh, no.
Trucks gonna be just catching fire, man. Hey, fucking people gonna be catching fire because they're gonna be in the lake, man.
Oh, remember?
People might be in a fire and just spontaneously combust too.
Well, remember?
Blowing up and shit.
Remember the video we did about Pompeii?
Oh, Pompeii.
Right,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
people-
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Shit, you know what I'm
How'd you
saying
get
about
that? You can see
Pompeii?
that in there.
You're saying that Pompeii,
I don't know.
that heat was so deep that their brain would turn into glass because it melt so quickly. The people's brain was turning to glass. That was crazy, yeah. So it just shows you, man.
Yep. I got another one. Jeremiah 9:7. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, of hosts. It says, behold, it says, I will melt them and try them. For how shall I do for the daughter of my people? So the Lord said he's going to melt people, man. You know? That's what's coming. A time like no other. The Lord's going to start melting people out here. And the people are going to be the fuel for the fire. That's what we're going into, man. Okay? A time like no other is going to be introduced, man. And we're coming to that time. You know, there's all this talk about World War III. There's all this talk about all these wars and rumors of wars. You know, skirmishing or talk of rumors of wars with Pakistan, India, which they're saying that was set up like insiders, CIA ops and all of that and whatever. Right? And it's no coincidence because India
separated in the first place.
Exactly. And India is an ally of who? It's ally of Russia. They're a part of the BRICS. Right? Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. So things are heating up. Tensions are rising. Wars and rumors of wars. We're in that time, man. And that's what we're coming to tell you. We ain't coming to, prophesy smooth things, lies, deceits,
Peace and safety.
peace and say, hold on a minute, we're not even in a time of peace. Just turn on the news. We're actually in the time of war. In case you didn't know, we ain't in the time of peace, man. Everyone's feeling the pinch. You know what I'm saying? You got divisions, households, divisions at work, divisions all over the place. People thinking of this, I want to marry myself. Or I think I'm, you know what I'm saying? Putting fucking ribbons in boys' hair and that.
That's Thessalonians.
It's ridiculous, man. Putting on dresses.
You know, it says in the last days,
Right.
Men shall be lovers of themselves.
Right.
Deceived and being deceived. It says selfish. It says about changing doctrines, and it says that.
Yeah.
Who they learn
Seducing spirits,
from.
all of that.
So that all adds to it. And it's no coincidence that with the Pakistan-India thing, it's no coincidence that this is all sparking off of them tariffs.
Right.
With Donald Trump, because remember, whenever you see things in the world, that global economics, it's a tussle between the East and West. It's because people side with
Proxies.
it's proxy wars, and then people side with who? One side want to side with Russia because they got growing economics with China. It's an East and Western thing, always has been. You know what I mean? Don't be fooled, man. And remember, that's why you see all these little wars and stuff, that skirmishes.
Right.
The big boy that backs all of them is who? Is Russia. That's because none of these countries, yes, the God, Ezekiel, because none of these countries can match America. None of them. Doesn't matter. The Babylon's the king still, but Russia can match them. So when you see all these little nations now speaking up and going against America and things like that, now you're seeing, war, Pakistan, India, for example. India is, they say, like, it's kind of in between the both, but they kind of do deals with America a lot still. So it's no coincidence they kind of kicked it off with Pakistan. Pakistan's biggest ally in the world is mainly China, for example. They don't really deal with the West. So it's just funny how all of a sudden now they're getting bombed and that. All these little proxy wars. But yeah, it's all building up to that big war.
That's right.
But
Yeah,
let's get it in the Bible
a
though.
quick one. This is Ephesians 5:15. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil.
So we're in evil days, man. This is, we gotta redeem the time because the days are evil. We're really at the end of the world. Ain't no 50 years, ain't no 500 years.
Yeah.
This is it. If you can't see that, and really you have to have that hastening the day spirit. That's how you gotta think. Don't get complacent. This shit is temporal, bro. Like, as they say, this lifestyle is temporal. It can be flipped tomorrow. For real. All it takes is one outbreak, shut the fucking grid down, shut down food in the stores, easily. Tell you, look, everyone's got to come to these centers to get this mark of the beast. This is what the new system is. We're living in that time, bro. Yeah, go ahead.
How many system failures have we had in the last couple of weeks even? Power surges,
Yeah, blackouts.
surges,
Come on, man.
blackouts,
Yeah.
everything.
even in my own house, there's been blackouts. Yeah, because like sometimes you got the cooker, you got the timer on your cooker. When it's all flashing, that means that there's been a blackout on that. But even my demon, she told me, oh, we had a blackout today. I just go home on a random day, we had another blackout. There's been blackouts, bro. So they're actually pushing that and hold on a minute, in a blackout systems.
Is that in your area?
Yeah. My area, they had a blackout. Yeah. You know, there's been like strategic blackouts, bro. You know what I mean? And they've been doing that. Remember that in St. Albans there was a blackout? I think it was like 2 years ago or a year ago. They've been doing these blackouts.
I did one up north, smaller towns. It's like a small town. I can't remember the name of the town, but the whole town was shut.
So your energy security is all shit right now.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're preparing you, they're getting you used to these ideas that these things are happening, man.
They're saying it's for hackers.
Yeah, they're saying,
Well, that was for the co-op thing. You know what I'm saying?
M&S
Co-op's been messed up, and that was there's some hackers, some random ass hackers. This is crazy, man.
banks have been getting hacked and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they're letting you know, man, that things are not really secure right now. But at the same time, they're trying to make you feel like, oh, everything's alright. You know, just so you don't worry about it. But you're gonna have to get used to it. You know.
But even the bank I bank with as well, one of the banks I got, Santander, I got an email saying at some point they're gonna something about basically in a roundabout way funds can just be taken from your account. I was like, what the fuck? Are they serious? Like, so you know, even these banks, they can go on,
They're
bro.
preparing people for the market.
They are.
Because what they're doing,
They are, bro.
they're gonna make people actually appreciate the grids. That's what they're doing. All these shutdowns and all the horrors that are coming. It's a psychological.
Building up, isn't it?
It's a psychological tactic.
Things you take for granted. Really.
Exactly. So when they turn the grid back on, they're gonna be like, well, this is for people that get the chip, privileged people who get to, you know, because it says they'll be eating, marrying,
Yep.
giving in marriage. That's when they got the chip. So they're making people They're gonna make people appreciate the new world order grids, the new system. You're like, fuck it, 'cause I don't want to be in that. You know what I'm saying? Because all that is gonna be for the off-gridders. You just show you that in the shows. The off-gridders, they're just running around in forest and shit.
Yeah, demolition man.
Right. Underground, you know,
Yeah.
lack of supplies and shit, or like going to other derelict towns and going in cupboards to try and find painkillers, a tin of beans, right? Heinz beans.
That's what they
You
do,
got
bro.
Heinz and then you got the cheaper ones, man.
As good brands, you know.
Yeah,
Right,
Branston's
right.
and
Yeah.
cheap brands, isn't it? Yeah, Branston's one of them.
Any beans are doing that thing.
It is.
Well, fucking tin, in times of war, them fucking tin foods is like delicacies, bro. You know?
So you think you can trust it's like half decent?
Which is where them tin foods came from.
They came big from the wartime. It's true. Bro, I saw one when it showed motherfucking soup in a tin, but it was like for war, but what it is, they dry it.
Yeah.
Then you reheat it and it liquefies it. Yeah. And then liquefies, so they got all stuff, like they got like candy, sweets, like they dry it, then you can eat it, and you know, like, you know, you can do that with meat as well.
In the Imperial War Museum, when they were showing that kind of stuff you're talking about, they was also showing like rationing cards.
Yeah.
So how's they going to do that now? They would have a chip.
Right.
You know?
We've got new systems in place now.
It's crazy, bro.
And they can make sure everyone gets what they're supposed to
Oh,
get,
yeah,
and
the money-
you don't get no more. You know, so that's what the digital system is for, man.
Yep. You remember generation
Someone
of the
get
gen.
that scripture, Revelation, where it talks about you have little strength. So Revelation 3, I think, and it goes to talk about 3:16.
Oh, fuckers, man.
It goes on to talk about is it Church of Phil?
Like, the Lord's gonna help us or something. The Lord's gonna help us.
Yeah, let's read that.
Yeah. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 7. It says, message to Philadelphia. It says, and to the angel of the church in Philadelphia, write, these things saith he that is holy, that he that is true, he that is the key of that hath the key of David, he that openeth and no man shutteth, and shutteth and no man openeth.
Yeah, if you're trying to go up a different way to get righteousness, you're not going to attain it.
Right.
You got to come through the scriptures. Everything we're saying is going to be accomplished, pretty much. the utopia and all that, and the kingdom, that's going to be through the saints, the Israelites, through Yahushua, the 12 tribes. So, you know, all the people that got a problem with that, you ain't going to make it. That's even in Revelation. It says without a whoremongers, and a lot of y'all ain't going to make it. Okay? But the right, you know, and you got the different faiths and all that. No, this is the true way to paradise. Okay? So that's what it's telling you.
Yeah.
Right.
It says, I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it. For thou hast a little strength, and hast kept my word, and hast not denied my name.
Right, so keep the word, and you keep the names. Prayer in the names of the Lord is important. It helps you. That's the spiritual powers. You call on the name of the Lord, and you send angels to do stuff in situations. So that's the power that we lean on. Okay, not sorcery and all that garbage. That BS. We lean on the power of the Most High. And you know, because you got. That's what we lean on.
Yeah. Quick reset.
All right.
Proverbs 18:10. The name of the Lord Yahweh, Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai, is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe.
And it's going to be a protection for us in the things that the brothers are going into when there's no food, because that is going to be a reality real soon. Could be this year, 2020. Well, we're seeing stuff like that. The London Underground had that blackout. Certain lines, you know, shut that down. All these stores and things of that nature that's going on. Nothing in the stores and that. Look at all the blackout they had in Spain, Portugal, France, Morocco. It hit all them places. It weren't even just Spain. It went all the way down to Morocco, man. So yeah, France.
We got apparently we had one before all that happened.
Yeah,
Right, you know?
they
Oh,
saw anomalies on the grid. They what happened.
So it's a bit of a coincidence, right? We don't believe in coincidences, bro. You know what I mean? This is being orchestrated. You know?
Yeah, they're trained in Spain and all that. I see the people on fucking in the middle of nowhere, the train shut down.
Yeah.
You see that? They were like on the tracks, you know, like some forest
On the
areas. They
tracks.
would,
So that's called being
yeah,
jacked
well, yeah,
up.
they went in the air.
That's called being jacked up. They're just out there.
Fuck up, just
They
out
were
there.
just stranded out there.
No cellular network, nothing.
Right,
The whole country shut down.
Right. What if it's hot and there's no water in the train?
Bro, if that happens, when that happens in England, depending where I'm at, bro, personally, I'm going top end. That's what I'm doing. Depending where I'm at, I'll walk top end, bro. Because you can walk it, bro. I'll walk top end with my bag. Whoever's coming, we're rolling. I'll walk top end. I'll get to right up to the top of. That's where I'll go. Let's see what happens. Because when the shit disconnects, you ain't got no phones. What you gonna do, bro? You gotta think.
Yeah, there's gonna be no,
You gotta
there's
think.
no calls.
How am I gonna get hold of a brother and that? You gotta use. Now you gotta use your head.
on your ones, man. That's why it's gonna be you and the Lord in that time.
That's right.
It's gonna be everything you're gonna be doing is you're gonna be doing it in spirit and faith, man.
That's right.
You know?
Lord willing.
Pure.
Yeah, that's it.
The Lord's gonna make miracles happen, man.
No, you just give me a fort. You know, give me a fort.
Yeah.
Real.
Read that. Read what we.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah, but we didn't finish in.
Revelation 3
Yeah,
and
yeah.
9, yeah? Okay, let's go back to 9. Revelation 3 and 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews, and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and to worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Verse 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Yeah, if I could just say, you speak, bro. I was going to say something. The word patience means to suffer. And the Lord said, because we have kept the word of his patience, you know, he's going to keep us. He's going to keep us from the hour of temptation, you know, because everyone's going to have to go through that.
Yeah.
We're speaking about that time. You know what I mean? Trying times.
I gotta say it, man. It's just been, but I wanted to be more spiritual, but fuck it, you maggots out there, like, fucking maggots, yeah. London, running your mouths. Like, yeah. All of you guys, man. You know what? See, I like leaving people alone for people that you just gotta do what you gotta do. But you maggots that are running your marriage out there, man. You fucking worm fucks. Alright, and you know what? So even that cat in the car, right? That cat up in the, you know, he came down there and he linked them renegades. Because that's all you niggas are. You're all a bunch of fucking renegades, man. That's what you are. You trying to creep around. Renegades? Now, from what I heard, he was trying to diss one of the brother that passed.
The Brock Gabar. Oh, the Brock Gabar.
How can you diss
So
someone
I heard.
like that?
So I heard.
That was so,
Yes.
I was watching the bit, but I fell asleep, man. I was trying to watch the video. He was talking about some other cat. He was talking about the cat that got burnt up. Well, listen,
Yeah,
man.
no, stab. Yeah. Oh, you know the
No,
brother.
he was talking about. So he was talking about. I was watching it. Did you watch it?
No.
Well, there you go.
Shalom, Mark. Shalom. Yabba Shalom Shabbat.
Shalom.
I
Shalom, man.
watched something. Well, he's talking all kind of mad. So all I got to say, bro, is I want to get back into the end times. Yeah. All I got to say is, like, why would you even do that? That's crazy to me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, the brother's in the spirit world anyway, and that he's not in pain, so he's better than us.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is hell. So he's better than us, man. How about that? But you ego niggas, man, you know, like, why don't you just shut up, man? What point are you trying to make? What's your point? So that's how you know if you got a serious problem with Great Millstone. You know what I'm saying? Because why would you do that? You know that's gonna. You trying to cause some controversy. You trying to attack. You're attacking. That's an attack. So you know what? Fuck you, nigga. That's where I'm going with it, bro. Fuck you. And I don't even want to say anything else because I know where my mind's gonna go. Bitch ass. Yeah. Fuck you, niggas, man. All of you punk niggas. We ain't in our 20s anymore. We're a bit more spring in the step and shit. But it's still there, homeboy. Bit twisted, but it's just karma, you know what I'm saying? You know, but that's what it is. But you niggas is going, all you, and then you had Maggot Boy, the Brixton fucking false prophet. You know, the Brixton seer, he's a seer, right? Soothsayer. Yeah? That motherfucker. Nigga, I was in Brixton before you fucking bitch ass nigga. Yeah? But Brixton prophet, man. Brixton. Nigga, I'll go Brixton right now. Are you fucking crazy? You don't fucking know me, nigga.
Bro, that dude, you came
We
around.
was in, you don't even know what's going on.
Of course.
We was out and we've been in, that was the spot.
Yeah, definitely. Brothers toiled there.
The fuck
Bro,
I went, I said,
in the ghetto, or whatever you call it. That ain't even
I know
talking about
Brixton,
ghetto.
what the fuck is this nigga talking about?
Bro, you came around us, man. Remember that, man. And we, you know, that's the truth.
Yeah.
You came around brothers took you in, and you did some stupid shit, and you had to be, you know, whatever, because you was not in order, bro. Because even back then,
because you couldn't hold his, yeah, exactly.
you couldn't even hold the.
Can't
You couldn't,
contain it, yeah,
you
that's
coming
what it is.
around, shutting the camp down, like before even getting
Yeah,
orders.
he just was
dumb
in and
shit
he's
like
starting
that.
to bark orders.
But,
It's
like-
the first days in the camp, he starts barking orders.
You don't even know anyone.
Look, bro, yeah,
Hold that,
nigga, you
telling
crazy.
certain brothers, you know, there's order already set up.
bitch ass
You
niggas.
know, remember that? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm new and all that. You telling certain people, hold up the sign. Like,
Yes,
when you first join the camp
I ain't
and that,
even
let me
know
give
that.
you advice too. When you first get around people you don't know, even if you're watching right now, anyone that's watching and thinking, I want to get involved in this thing, guess what? When you come, you don't know what people have dealt with, how long people have been around. What you do is you sit silently and you wait your turn, man, to get in there. And then you sit and you learn. That's called being humble. You don't come around like you know shit and start telling people what's already set orders
So
up
what
to do,
the,
man.
the,
You
one
don't do
of them
that.
cats that's with you, I don't know if the brothers and that, yeah. He made a video and he was basically, he was speaking in code again, but the whole video was about South Carolina and Possible Bar and that the Wad Giza.
Right.
So he basically was saying, yeah, like, it's respecters of men and, you know, you said someone new, you can't rebuke someone. Like, what are you,
It don't work that way.
you know?
It don't work that way. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you ain't a part of us then. Fuck
That's
you.
it. 'Cause look,
That's
man,
your stance.
'cause
Yeah,
bro,
and
look,
you're making your stance be known. That's the bottom line. If you were really humble, yeah, you would come the right way. I was, I didn't have a problem with them cats, but you know what? Y'all have spoken some shit.
well, we used to say this for years. Look, man, we
I
used to
didn't
say
have a
this for
problem
years.
with them niggas,
With
man.
the-
I don't be sitting there having problems.
Nah,
I don't be sitting there having problems with no niggas. That's just who I am. I don't think about. I don't have time for that. I don't be sitting there thinking, if you're out there doing the work, whatever, do what you're doing. I don't be sitting there thinking about no niggas. And then he said the one said in the video that basically all these camps that have sprung up
right.
under these different names,
Right.
all these
I heard
different
some of that.
these names, right?
Yeah.
They're all Lacamarites.
No. And look, let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something. We said this for years. This brother is the head of Europe. He's the head of Europe, and brother's the head of over here, right? You set up the thing over here through the Spirit, yeah. And we said this for years. People that ever used to come around us and fucked off and did their own thing, it's because they didn't really like the order. Maybe they didn't like the fact Ramar was young and he was the head of over everyone. That's how the Lord set the shit up. People don't like stuff like that, and then we always saw it progressively over the years. You see them doing crazy shit out there under the name of Israel because they didn't really want to follow the orders. We got a rank and file here. Ramar's the head of the camp. Then you got the elder Rakar. You got the elder Rakaya Kwam. You got elders. You got brothers. That we can't just come around like it's our shit. They set the thing up over here. He set it up, and that's where it is. But most of you didn't like that. Even Lakamar, we can even speak on him. He was a king snake. To him too. He was a demon.
he had that-
Let's
he
be
had
real.
that
He
soul
was
spirit,
he was trying to take young brothers away, talking shit, doing this, blah, 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 but the Spirit kept brothers together and got him out of there on the Passover.
On the Passover.
So you guys don't know what you're talking about, man.
Oh yeah, he tried to rob brothers and do his own Passover.
Always trying to sneakily connect with new bro. You know what? You got
don't
naive
remember
young.
he was at the Passover and he said he's gonna cook his own bomb.
He's gonna cook his own blood clot lamb and all this. So dipped out the house when all
in the
of that,
middle of
man.
the Pesach.
Right.
Talk about that. That's really.
And even bro, look man, Dawad, look bro, man seen you even when you was in I mean, I'll say the Spirit. We used to be teaching in Brixton. Sometimes we'd even be in them areas just having our chilling, eating, and we'd see you.
Do you know what's funny,
Motherfucker
right?
give you money
No,
one
check
time.
this,
Nigga was
check
shocked that I
this.
gave him money,
Let
man.
me say this. Oh yeah, see.
I'll give you money. And for me, I said, yeah, for you, man. Take it. But that shows your intent
see,
too,
I
because
don't-
you ain't really about that type of lifestyle, man.
I forgot all of that. You see me? That's heavy.
Yeah,
I forgot most of the stuff you're saying. I forgot about.
Used to
That's
see
how
you-
I don't be thinking about niggas.
Come on, man.
Like we're on different chapters, but you know what's crazy? He wants to talk about Brixton. Let's talk about this. We was teaching in Brixton. We was in Brixton. We was in Brixton. We used to go Brixton and see you in Brixton. We can't go. Nigga, we used to see, bro. 2 Jakes came up to us, and they wanted to bust your head.
Right. Oh, yeah, now you
Remember that?
reminding me. Now you
He's
reminding
talking
me.
shit about
Yeah.
to us about we
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
go Brixton, and there was 2 Jakes
Yeah.
that said that you had an altercation, and you must have cursed them out. Or
Cursed
so-
the Eve out or some shit like
Cursed
that.
it, yeah.
I think he cursed Eve
they,
or something like that.
they said they were being cool with him,
And they wanted to hurt you, bro.
and he was doing too much.
Yeah.
Like they were saying they were being cool,
Yeah.
and then he just like started just.
Two niggas, two.
Yeah, there was like he just
Brixton
started
niggas.
just crashing out on him.
We said nah, like we didn't. I think you we were speaking and didn't say nah. You know,
He
it is
said
what
so,
it
it
is.
was some off shit that I got told. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
right,
I said,
right.
listen, I wouldn't have done that. So I
Yeah.
told him I wouldn't get down like that.
Right.
But then these 2 Brixton, it was 2 Brixton cats.
So yeah, young boys.
Obviously, some of these gang members, you can see it,
Yeah.
right? Gritting their teeth and all that. They rolled up. So what? Yeah, because
I remember that. I remember.
they wanted to put.
They were gonna rush him.
Fucking do ya?
They wanted to rush you, bro.
Yeah. And we fucking calmed that shit down. So you don't even know. You talking shit you don't even know.
And that- I think that was
fucking get it straight.
That was even when we were walking kind of away, and they came up to us to say it. He didn't even know it. He was away in his own corner teaching. You didn't even know that.
No, was he there that day? I don't think he was there.
Okay,
He
it's
weren't
okay.
there that day.
Yeah.
He weren't even around.
Yeah,
We used to
man.
always bump into him, Brixton and something like that.
And it was always we never and them
talking
times.
about?
And remember this as well. Remember this
We
as
go there
well.
anytime I want.
Remember this as well. You was once with us here. You did your own thing.
You
And guess
South
what?
London, you niggas don't know what's going on.
Right.
You don't know. You think you do, and that's how you know they're bugged out. They run with their own
Narratives and
narratives, That's how you know they're bugged out. They believe in, they've got their own narratives. He doesn't want to go, he can't go here. Oh, this is our thing. And where niggas, shut up. Stop it, man. I'm always in South London, man. The fuck are you niggas talk? I got family in South London.
And you know what the funny thing is?
I've got direct family members, not like third, fourth, distant. I've got direct family members in South London.
Right. And when the Spirit had it where that brother shook the dust off of Brixton, because brothers had situations there when they were teaching, right? This is how you teach. When you teach, you can move around. And guess what? From there, brothers set up Oxford Circus, which was the biggest marketplace in Europe. And guess what? Loads of fruit came in off of that. Loads. The Heavenly Father increased this camp, bro, for that, and brought good brothers in that are still here to this day, man. And brothers didn't have to remain in the heart of the community. Brothers could be teaching anywhere. You understand? But that's what that is. All that
this nigga's talking about.
All that teach here is all that black community shit, man. Like, they want to teach in the ghetto and all that.
Yeah, bro, like, first of all, bro, I don't stay in one place. I've taught in Brixton, abroad in Brixton, what you talking about? But I've taught in Tottenham, I've taught in other parts of South, I've taught in everywhere, all over the place.
Right.
We've taught in different places in South London too. Before you niggas were around, what the fuck you niggas talking about, right? Yeah, we've been in West London, Shepherd's Bush and all that. Muslims roll up and all that. People wanted to crash out, things happening, people trying to crash out, all sorts of stuff, bro. What are you going on about? We keep it moving. That was the issue. I'm not going to sit in Brixton for the rest of my life.
Oh, come on.
The Brixton prophet. Are you fucking serious? That's just all you are? That's pathetic. That's just all you are? These niggas don't know how stupid you sound. Stupid, homeboy. It's ridiculous. And you know what? I ain't even angry, bro. I'm just addressing what you've said, because you've come on the video and you're trying to curse apostles out and shit. I'm more pressed about that.
Well, you take that personal. Yeah, we
You know
take
what I'm saying?
that
What
personal.
is you talking about, bitch ass nigga? All you bitch ass niggas, man. What's up with you guys, man? Fuck you niggas. Straight out. Yeah, man, let's read that.
2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 10.
What niggas talking
But
about?
chiefly them that walk after the flesh in the lust of uncleanliness and despise government.
And that's what they do. See, a lot of dudes despise. See, the thing is, what you gotta learn, bro, is to not be fucking governed completely by your emotions, man. And guess what? When you do get emotional in this world, because we're men, everyone gets emotional. That's where you have people to counsel with. You don't govern by your own emotions, man. People don't like government, so they don't want to deal with it. I don't like the way he does the camp. I'm doing my own thing. This is really what it's all about. You just don't like order, man. How the fuck can you have a kingdom with no order? If it was up to these cats, man, this shit would be crazy. This thing would be crazy if it was up to them. You have to have government and order. There's a fucking rank and file, man. Even in Esau's world, you have to have a rank and file, man.
Remember in the
That's
X-Men,
from
yeah?
the heavens. There's a rank and file.
Remember the X-Men? You had Wolverine. He always used to like want to crash out.
Yeah.
But it's like, and it was like Xavier that would always like say that Carmen back in. Yeah,
Well,
bring it back in.
he didn't like Cyclops and all that.
Yeah, he wanted to crash out on the people in the X-Men.
Yeah.
But then he would just hit the wall.
Always. He's like always like that.
That's it.
And then Cyclops was the captain of the X-Men. He was like really like
It worked because even though he didn't just crash out.
No, you
He
still
was
have to
going
follow
there
order.
one day, throw the tables. You know that spirit, right? Yeah, and then start just attacking. That's crazy.
No.
Like that's completely governed by your emotions. Yeah, he was quick, but remember he would hit the wall.
Yeah, you'd have to get in line,
You have to get in line. Now come on, man. Like,
that's-
come on, bro.
That's a
Like,
fight, man.
yeah, how you just one day you just walk in the table.
Yeah,
You hit about 3-4 brothers.
That's carnal as hell, man.
You got it.
It's complete emotions, man. You can't.
How about
fucking
this,
govern
bro?
like that.
I said I'm not even gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that, man. Because it doesn't even make sense what I was gonna say. I was gonna say the boxing gloves. But fuck it, that's even feeding into their lost in there. Yeah.
You can't be governed by. Yeah, sorry, bro.
And it says, and despise government, presumptuous are they, self-willed, they are not afraid to speak evil of dignity.
And that's what you've been doing. You want to say something, Shaq?
No.
You going into the video, you're talking about the apostles and You know, come on, bro.
Sneak.
Come on, F this, South Carolina, and really, because I think it was like
No,
South
but
Carolina got him off them
but
boards
didn't
as well.
even,
innit?
I think the word didn't even sneak this.
No, he was running his mouth. He was running his mouth. It wasn't no sneak. He was saying it. Yeah, but guess what, bro? Guess what? But the thing is, we over here, we know the story.
That
So
dude
that
is
just looks
completely
stupid.
emotional.
Completely, bro.
Because if them thoughts ran through your head, you should have put them thoughts in check and said, you know what?
That's it.
Like rebuke them thoughts.
Exactly.
Pray, get yourself in line. He
Yeah.
doesn't know
Reason
about.
with the
See,
right
that's
brothers.
that's why you know he's not right.
Right.
This battle ain't just about. No, this, you know what I mean? This you gotta be spiritual, man. It's a spiritual warfare. And see, you know what I've been realizing, right? Yeah. That's why the scripture says the weapons of our warfare, not carnal. It's the highest form of warfare. It's spiritual warfare. Esau knows that. He knows. Well, he's a carnal man, but
he
he's
still
still
knows
got.
it.
He still knows. He's got his priests on the left hand side. They do everything on the left by dates, soothsayers. They do all that. So the highest battle is spiritual, bro, because they're just things that happen carnally that can't. There's things that the spiritual aspect can do that the carnal can't.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly,
fate,
bro.
judgment, coincidence, like so-called coincidences, synchronization. Carnal can't do that. It's like when you're talking to someone and let's say like you're talking about something and someone came in the room, you actually you were deficient in like vitamin C or something D, and then you talked about it for a week and all that, and then randomly you stumble across a woman with a basket selling fucking fresh oranges for fucking 1 pence. You're like, whoa. Or she goes, oh, I just have that. That's spiritual.
That's the Lord working it out.
That's
bro.
the spiritual warfare. That's the Lord. Like you can't. The carnal can't do that. The carnal now would start robbing shops.
That's what they.
Fuck that.
Makes shit worse, fam. Makes shit worse.
Get me
yeah.
start crashing out or robbing someone, and now you got people after you. Come on, man. Or you get your head boss. Get fucking jumped. Like that. See what I'm saying?
That's true, bro. The scriptures talk about patience. You know, like like you master things through patience, Lord willing. Like we're growing. Look, man, you can see for a fact. Like, bro, I'm gonna be honest with this cat. What you're saying, talking, you have not, from me looking at you over the years, you have not changed since when we first saw you. So you have to think like that.
I
See,
think the only thing that he's got better with is speaking.
yeah, that's
But
it.
before he really couldn't speak.
But
He was like, he just like, you could question, can you even know the scriptures? He used to just be like, you know what I mean? But he has improved his speech. You know what I'm saying?
you see,
But that don't matter.
Exactly.
Because are you blind in speech?
your mind's
The
gotta
lip
be
service, yeah, but what about the inner
mind's
man?
gotta be right.
Are you applying? That's what Apostle Gabar said, are you
The
applying
mind's
the
gotta be
scriptures?
right, fam.
I
Precept.
think he said it in the same video.
1 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 19. But I will come to you shortly, if the Lord will, and will know not the speech of them which are puffed up, but the power.
Yeah, because but there you go. Not the speech of them which are puffed up, because at the end of the day, bro, even the way you carrying yourself is puffed up, man. It's a level of, come on, we're talking about people that have been doing the work for 40 plus years, talking
Yeah,
down on
he, thinks,
people that
right,
have
he
been
thinks he's right with his little weasel ass
Reasoning.
info in his head.
Right.
Are you serious? So everybody's got to just humble down to what you say. You lost
But you know what? No, but you
40
know,
plus years.
right?
Like they just don't know what they're talking about.
And you
You
know,
know,
you know
crazy
who will
That's
follow
insane.
that? The crabs follow along with that, isn't it? That's why they'll say Shalom, bro, and that the crab, because
Yeah,
they
you know,
don't really want to get in the
the
water.
fucking renegades.
That's it.
All of you renegades running around fucking London.
Sidestep.
Because there's a lot of you niggas, crab niggas, man, sidestepping, little maggots just wiggling around.
And we've seen
Right.
you because we don't hide. We're everywhere. We've been all over. You name anywhere in the country, we've been up and down the line. We've seen people. We've been in motherfucking Liverpool and we've seen people that watch us. We don't hide.
Yeah.
We're everywhere. We don't
was-
hide.
we
We're
was
bold
in
as
Li- we was in
lions, bro.
Liverpool.
Real shit.
It was in Liverpool with Jake, yeah, you know, he was with this white girl.
Yeah. So what
And
you
he
lot doing
straight
up
off
here?
the front- Yeah, he said, yeah, man, you know.
We've seen it all, man. We've seen people that don't like us. We've seen people that do like us. But guess what? We're outside. We're everywhere because we go by the spirit of Yahweh Shai, man.
On the whole crab, there was some, I think there's a precept, everything to his like. Everything sticking to the light, and that's why all of them people are joining on to each other because they're of the same light.
He says, all flesh consorteth according to his kind. And a man will cleave to his like. So
That's what happens, and so if brothers be all buck, like, I mean, I don't really want to talk about chicks, but oh, I can't get that chick. Well, maybe you ain't supposed to get that fucking chick. All right. She's a demon. You know what I'm saying?
I say, come on, you gotta be. It's a spiritual thing. It says that they speak evil of
Or you
dignitaries,
might be like,
don't like
oh, you
government.
can't get chicks for a start. Well, maybe there's just a lot of demons around there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is like Silent Hill.
And if I can add,
Life's like Silent Hill, man. Like it's like They Live.
Max Payne.
Yeah, Max. Yeah,
Oh yeah, They Live. Sorry, They Live's better. Isn't it?
yeah.
I was gonna say, even on that point he was making, our scripture says, I know what's good for thy soul, man. You know, it's like you can't get tricks. Maybe the Lord just saying chill.
Yeah, the Lord's making you grow as a person. You know, get more solid, get more, you know, manly and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like building spiritual armor and all that. You know, but this truth makes you into a man. It hardens you anyway. That's the Lord. That's part of growth. Stoicism, being by yourself. You actually appreciate those things. I actually appreciate all of that.
Same.
I could have just been curled up. You could have been curled up, just you know that, and you're just not growing. Then you come camp, and you're just like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, you're teaching with you, yeah, but you just can't wait to get back home. Yeah, you know, and you're not really. Come on, man. That's not how you grow.
And bro, another thing as well, how you grow too.
Because you might then and even when you first come in, you might have that Queen of Heaven Samaritan spirit under here, but you know it's not her fault.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're angry when a brother gets on women and shit.
Right.
Yeah, but you're secret doctrines.
Brother, it wasn't her. It wasn't her. The bitch, the woman's doing all kind of shit evil in front of you. It wasn't her, brother. Like, you know, like you don't want a brother to rebuke women and shit. That, you know, it happens. But look, let me tell you something as well. Another thing is, bro, look, man, you know what? Another thing that helps you to grow, getting rebuked. If you can get rebuked, man, and it cuts you and you acknowledge it, you grow from it. Believe it, bro. You don't, when someone says something to you in the spirit, don't bitch and now go and do petty videos and no. Like, you know what? For what? I'm taking what this person's told me and I've got to grow from that. You got to be able to take rebuke. Real men take rebuke, bro.
Precept.
Go on, bro.
Proverbs 9 and verse 8. Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee.
So a wise man, if you rebuke them, they're going to grow to love you, man. To really love the Lord first, because they know, you know what, that person said that was true, it was right. Did you get me? And sometimes, you know, a brother can even be just straight up angry at you and be saying something in the spirit anyway. You'll be, oh shit. Do you get me? A spiritual person will acknowledge me, like, you know what, man, let me take heed to what these brothers be telling me.
Yeah,
not going.
iron sharpeneth iron.
Iron sharpeneth
So
iron.
you're actually getting sharpened, you're getting stronger. But then if you like, but that just shows you ain't iron. You just some wood or something, because when the rebuke comes, man. Like taking it and using it.
Or use it as a. But that's what cuts do. You do that inwardly.
That's right.
It's like gut shots.
The scriptures speak about the word being sharper than any two-edged sword.
Yeah.
Right? It's a discerner of the thoughts and the intents of the heart.
Bro, I've heard brothers say things to me over the years that I ain't gonna lie, shit's cut me to pieces. I'm like, oh shit. Or they might say, a brother might say something in the spirit. He don't even know he's saying it to you. Like, oh shit, you're taking heed to it though.
Right.
You don't even know the brother might even just be talking, and brothers might be saying anything at the camp. It can cut you.
Right.
But the way you deal with it is, you know what? That's true though. It's all truth. It's all about being. It's all at the end. Go on, read that.
Yeah, it says on a piece of what Yaka read. It says Proverbs 29 and 1. He that being often reproved hardeneth his neck shall suddenly be destroyed.
Like Xerxes for 300, man. You getting rebuked and you just. You getting rebuked and you just there like.
But what happens.
No,
That's
it's
what happens.
true.
Bro, do you know what? Years back, I understand it when brothers now say. Now I understand it now because brothers will say, "Bro, you're acting like a woman. You're acting like a woman, bro."
Yeah.
Now I understand it more. You know, I know why because years back when I used to get rebuked, I would always argue back to brothers. No, but this, no, but that. And then someone might say, bro, be the fuck quiet. They're getting pissed. But then you realize it now when brothers said something to me now, it's, you know, I might say something back or whatever. It's few and far between. But before I realized, no, you was acting like a woman years back. Think about it. You're always talking back. That's what women do. Think about it. But that's them demons that's on us. So this is a purging process.
That's right. Fire, man.
And spiritually, if there's ever a time not to fucking make a point, it's when it's your time.
When you
Even if you have a point,
Yeah, well, yeah.
just wait for the spirit. And if it's time for a point to be mentioned, fair enough.
And that's what that's the spirit because bro, but you know what? You know, Jake is like an emotional you're alright, you're right.
It's that it is.
Jake is like an emotional nation, man. Look, man, motherfuckers are quick to just turn the camera back and go, that brother said he said that. Like, turn the
Open rebuke
putting all your
from elders.
putting all your business out on the fucking front street.
It's not needed, bro.
Show some fucking restraint, man. Think about what you're doing first, man.
Precept.
That's how all these niggas out on the streets get killed too, bro. Niggas will disrespect each other over some petty shit. Someone's gone tomorrow. That happens, bro.
Yeah, just emotions running around,
yeah.
ego trips.
Someone's gone tomorrow. That happens, bro. Or someone's gone that very night.
A real warrior, like you know what you maggots out there. You say things to get at people. No one can, like a real warrior doesn't care what you say. Obviously, words piss you with the spirit. The words, like makes people want to kill people. It's true.
The words are
Because
powerful.
words are powerful.
Thing of the
It's
tongue.
the thing, the
yeah.
tongue. So that's why really it's true when you actually putting that out there. People will fucking smoke you off what you're saying. So really, that's really.
It's a bit
Like
shit
even when it's something like a dog move its tongue.
Yeah.
King David or something
against the
like that.
children of Israel.
The children of
Yeah.
Israel. There was one about King David, I think as well,
Yeah,
or something like that. I think it was one of them that wanted to kill one of Saul's people.
yeah. He told them not to. He said,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he said, "Don't do it," because I wanted to. I think he said something. One of them was running their mouth.
Oh yeah, yeah. And it was like something. It was like a nobody talking shit about.
Yeah.
So he didn't like it.
Yeah, to King David.
And that's out of respect for
right,
Saul.
Right, and the warrior was going to take his ass out. Like,
Yeah,
so really, that's what it's like.
Yeah,
Ancient world style, man. Obviously, we're in the West, but ancient world style. You say that wrong thing, man. You disrespect him. You get snubbed.
That's the truth, bro.
Okay.
Accountability. Accountability.
Like for real, like even I know it sounds probably like prison. People who've gone to prison will tell you, and people who've been around brothers in prison or have experienced life like that. They'll tell you your words can get you smoked in there. That's more of a real world.
Yeah,
Because you talk shit in there, motherfuckers are gonna light you up that night. That's the truth.
Prison
is like a bit more of a base, like
got a lot of masculine.
energies in that.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's watch what you're saying.
Watch what you're saying,
doing.
bro. This world.
So that's everybody serious and kind of more respectful, because it will just go off.
Yeah.
There ain't no, you know what I mean? There ain't no like the comforts of society. It was just
Right.
going off.
That's true. So you got to apply
You know what I'm saying?
these mentalities amongst the brotherhood. Be careful of your words and stuff like that. You don't just turn the camera on and just start talking about people and talking shit. That puts you in the wrong light, bro. That's a lesson for all of us.
If I justify myself.
Right.
Scripture. Proverbs 25 and verse 28. He that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls.
You're just open, and you're open to. You know what that is? Them walls
Open to doing anything, open to anything happening.
Saying anything, down with anything,
spirits.
You're just a wild fucking ass.
emotional, spewing your guts out for 2+ hours. You know? You ain't the main character. It's all about your Shai.
Yes.
You know?
I
It's about you.
sabotage myself.
Right. It's crazy.
Maybe you know
So yeah, we're right now in the time of being changed.
That's it.
Getting the new bodies, getting spiritual power. And y'all niggas is emotional. That's why you ain't gonna make it, man. I'm telling you, you're not gonna make it. Like, what kind of energies, what kind of vibration is that to be pushing?
Yeah, come on, man.
That's really
vibration.
like it is. That's
Low vibration.
Low vibe.
that's distractions.
It's low.
You know, it's the scripture in my head right now, I can't really, but it's a distraction.
Yeah.
when you're controlled by emotion, you can be easily swayed and controlled to do certain things.
Yeah, like the scripture says, swayed by every wind of doctrine. The emotions be having it like that too.
And them demons play on them emotions
Yeah.
too. You have to remember that.
Well, that's exactly what's happening. If he wasn't emotional, he wouldn't start trying to curse out at top. So now he's gonna be. A lot of them is gonna bug out. You might see new philosophies coming there. That's what happens.
That's what always happens.
Swaying with new, the emotions are really that part. Now they're
mean
cursing
this
them out.
is-
Now they're gonna start questioning. But you know when he did that, and a lot of them niggas probably doing that. A lot of them do it secretly anyway.
Yeah, they do.
And some of a lot of them was doing that. Lacomar did it. Then the Peckham madman. 'Cause, you know, apparently he's just going. The wad didn't want to say it. 'Cause the wad said he's from Peckham or something, and he knows that dude. And he said that dude's just going off, like he's gone. So he's just. I don't know what's going on with him. You know what I'm saying? You know, but you know, you can't be cursing out on top. Man. That's just all these guys. They got their own things. They got their own doctrines. They're in their own lane. We ain't even dealing with you guys. We ain't even entertaining you niggas. Fuck that.
You know why people are proud?
Okay.
Because what did King David say in the Psalms? He said if he could be a doorkeeper in the kingdom, he would love to enter the world of the Yahweh. Basically, that would be, if he could just be a doorkeeper, he would do that to enter the kingdom.
Right, but with the doorkeeper, you're keeping the door. But when they're
Talking to
having
the
a
king and all
banquet,
that.
when they're having
Right.
a banquet or a meeting in there, he's at the door shouting in. No man,
Right.
run that.
Think about it.
What's all that about? No, you really
Think
shouldn't
about
do that. Look, it's like everyone's gonna stop the meeting and go. Wait,
What the hell is this doorkeeper saying?
What's popping? What's up?
So that's the truth. King David said he'd be a doorkeeper just to enter the kingdom. So imagine that, and that's King David. So basically, he's saying it's a metaphor for being humble, bro.
Exactly. And this guy, what
No.
he said, these basically he was taking credit for them brothers coming in.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. You said because go on, mate.
1 Timothy 5:1. Rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father, and the younger men as brethren. You know, all this truth, man, is through the labors of the apostles.
That's it.
Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, it's the apostles that have set this up. You know what I mean? Down through the different channels of the government, of the elders, man. You know, when you start coming up against the government, you start disrespecting, you start going up top. That ain't gonna bode well for you. It's never bode well for anyone in the scriptures. We're talking about King David. That guy that was disrespecting King David on his deathbed, he got told Solomon to smoke him.
Well, what do they do in there? What do they do? That's called treason. You know, like in Esau's world, if you talk about the government, you're basically, well, really, we're going against this system. So we're committing what they call treason. So when you go up against your government, that's what that is. So in the ancient world, you mentioned it. What would they do to you, bro?
Smoke you.
They'll do all kind of stuff. Give you a fucking life sentence, motherfucking hang you in front of a city, all that.
Make an example out of it.
Make an example out of you. That's the truth. But
Back
obviously,
in the ancient world, they won't take you out, man.
there you go.
Like
Yeah.
the prison system thing.
That's here. And
That's easy
That's
shit.
true.
That is easy shit, man.
They'll give you some punishment, bro. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That
that's true.
prison system bullshit. It's just bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
That's
They
like
do.
it. That's easy shit.
They'll punish you though. They'll punish you in front of everyone for doing
Prison
stuff like
system's not even working. It's so full.
Yeah,
They don't even know
that's
what to do. They're changing sentences and all that now. Changing rules. I think they even said women, they're going to make it lighter for them. So we should always do that. The whole court system is just like,
For
they
women
can do whatever they
Fam,
want.
that's bullshit.
Tory Lanez, he didn't even do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
fucking
Like, he's
banged
in
up
there getting stabbed
by
up.
Mexicans and all that.
So what kind of,
demons,
how, he didn't do it.
He didn't even
So
do
why
it.
is he in
Right, he should be out instantly then.
Exactly.
They should do. They shouldn't even have to do no retrial. They should be like, look, man, evidence found. Mr. Lane didn't do it. Get him out of the system. You've got him rotting in there with fucking real criminals that really have committed crimes. Like some nasty ass criminal. This is what this system does. It will fucking they'll do stuff like misjudge the judgment, arrest someone that's not even a criminal. Now he's with hardened nutcases. He becomes a demon.
Because that's one of the things.
It's true.
When you get given like a court appointed and stuff, because it came out, like especially like Jay, they'll basically like, just plead. Because then like if they do give you a guilty, then you're gonna be in prison for say 10 years. But if you just plead guilty now, then it'll be like 3 years. So because the guy's so worried about. You know, these times might be like straight up innocent, but they put it in his head that, oh, okay, I'm guilty.
Take a deal.
You take a deal, a plea deal. But then these times, man's just innocent. So you got innocent men just in prison for stuff they ain't even do.
Because that shows you that the truth is not important.
You know what's funny about it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They go, they say, oh, we're paying for prisoners, the taxpayers' money, we pay all this, right? But then guess what? The government's getting cheap labor off of it.
They're working for free, building
So,
up your
what's
shit out
so,
here.
so see, everything that happens, the government is always benefiting off that.
That's it.
Even this
We born
immigrant crisis, you're talking about the immigrant crisis.
Yeah,
There wouldn't be, listen, if the powers that be didn't want no immigrants in the
wouldn't be here.
country, they would not be here.
That's it.
100% fact. Okay, that's just, come on, man. They would have people on the borders. They
like
would,
they're just sneaking into here. Like,
right, come on, like
you're letting them in.
All they gotta do is just hire, or just use. All they gotta do overnight is just put them on them borders 24/7.
That's it.
That's all they gotta do.
And then even the whole what is it what's this thing called? But basically the immigration, or for like legal immigration, it's like one of the biggest money makers for the government.
Of course it is.
By far.
it makes dough.
Makes P.
Of course it is, bro.
But
And even
Visas.
on the
yeah,
migrant,
yeah, yeah.
remember in the C19, they was bringing them from Eastern Europe to go and work on farms to pick fucking strawberries.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
oh yeah, might go back to the country and all that.
It's all a money
Fucking
making
English
thing.
what
one.
money
Jobs,
makes.
taking our jobs.
So taking our
Meanwhile, you
jobs.
don't even want to work.
Go get
Yeah.
the fiend from the bookies to go and work in the strawberry fucking farm.
Right.
He gonna do?
Well, yeah, it weren't immigrants.
You know who's
that
making
shut-
the dough off it? The JOOs.
Yeah, exactly.
They make money off of them. All of these schemes that they're doing.
Yeah, but then
That's
then
why
get-
Europe.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it's a
go
lot
on,
of Europe.
because I've seen like in Eastern Europe, for example, Russia does not really take migrants like the UK does, for example, or like the Americans doing it. Yeah? They don't do it like that. Yeah. Eastern Europe, they don't really do it like that. So they're kind of them. I've seen some of them Eastern Europeans. They're kind of like proud of that. We keep our white heritage. It's only allowed like that because the elites of your nation don't want it. They have their own schemes going on.
Exactly.
Here is like that because these JOOs here, they've just sold the UK out. Basically,
that's it.
they don't really, they've fucked over their own lower level people over here to the max, and in America,
Because it's all because of the New World
so
Order.
they can make that money. And the New World Order.
But it's leading to the New World Order. I was going to say, it's all about chaos.
Yeah, it is.
That's why reform's getting traction.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's why they reform, big win for reform.
right,
What's happening right now?
right.
What's happening? You know what's crazy? Keir Starmer. This is how you know this is all set
It's
up.
how it's getting burnt
Because I
out.
said this, I said reform sounds like a new world order.
Right.
New World Order racist.
Term,
Yeah.
That's true. it does.
like a term.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So, like reform, right?
Yeah, like a reset.
Yeah, no, so I was just gonna back you because it's like, why did they put an unvotable person in the Conservatives? Because it's so normally that's the swing, right? It will be, no, we don't like what Labour's doing. We're gonna vote
Yeah, like Biden
Conservative.
and Trump.
Biden and Trump, but it's like because they basically got the British Kamala Harris as the leader of the Conservatives. People are like, wait, we ain't gonna vote for this bitch.
Yeah. So, well, that's interesting. But right now, what he is doing is when he made his speech about the borders, you know what he said? He said reform. So we're gonna reform. He kept saying it. I said, wait there, like.
That's some New World Order, bro.
Why are you using the term that party? So we know what's going on. So now, all he's got to
Buzzwords,
do, because this is what they're saying, if he does the policies that reform want, then he ain't getting out of there. He kind of he overshadows them, and this might happen.
Basically,
All he's got to do, he keeps having these new meetings. He made one about immigration.
Yeah, he made a big speech.
But it weren't that. He weren't really like that draconian. But then he's gonna done it again. So that's what they're worrying about.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of took over the
their thing.
right, the blueprint, which shows you where's this. Why is this blueprint? And do you know that's in politics? Immigration is the second most worried about issue. I don't know what number one is. So there's something that, but you know, that's number two. So there's a reason for that, and like you said, the chaos. There's a whole reason for this, for locking down this system. We need a scripture.
I've got something here. 2 Corinthians 2:11.
We can't just keep rambling. We gotta
That's
get.
right. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, but we are not ignorant of his devices.
Yeah. So you can't be ignorant of Satan's devices. Satan is his elites in this system. Esau,
New World Order, this New World Order agenda.
because one of the key things he's saying he's going to attack is the care worker visa, right? So relatively easy visa for people to come to the UK. But the problem is, and the reason why it's so important, is that there's a massive shortage already from care workers. So a lot of the ones that were here, from Eastern Europe, they went back home. So you're making you wonder, well, if there's already a shortage, once again, what's going to happen to all of them old people that need looking after? It's almost as if they don't want them.
Well, that's that. Yeah, it's part of the new world order. There's too much people.
Great calling, isn't it?
There's too much because there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people. Benefits has increased. There's people that just and really, man, they don't really need people. They got AI.
The robots
They
are
got
here.
robots. And then they're using all this cheap labor. What about all the people that they're not? If they've got cheap labor, what about all the other people in the country that they don't need? They want to kill them.
Yeah.
They're gonna listen, man. Mass death is coming
It's coming.
because they need to lower the population. That's why that Georgia Guidestones, it was there the whole time, and then it just blew up.
Yeah.
Even with Donald Trump.
Because
you
it's
can-
happening.
Yeah.
When that happened, it was a sign that okay, now we're doing it.
We're getting rich, coming in.
So when it happens, you can't go back to the stone and go, oh, you like, you know what I mean? It's like hiding the evidence and then going to do hiding, like setting up the crime basically. Like they got the coffin already there for the guy. You know what I mean? Like so, they go attack the guy, drag him in the truck, and then they've already got the burial site ready. And it's so it's done.
When you watch the video,
Road is awesome.
when you watch the video of the Guidestones blowing up, if you look at the timestamp, I forget exactly what it is now. That was Masonic numbers, man. When you look at the timestamp of when it blew up, you saw, I think it was the 13, 31, something like that.
I have a quick one. This is Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he hath but a short time.
That's talking about Esau right there, man. He's gonna come down, and you're right, because they do things off numbers, bro. Numerology, they do that. They do things on certain dates. The devil's gonna come down, having great wrath, bro. Right? So we know he's gonna come down with his new world order system. So we know doors, mass death. What would you say?
No, just like that. That word is a big deal. Wrath.
Wrath,
That's that
bro.
intense fury, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like even you're talking about the like someone having a grave already made. Remember back in the day when we was first learning, we used to see them old, them apostles used to do them old videos, and then they'll show you the coffins, like
The
coffins,
FEMA camp.
FEMA camp,
Yeah.
coffins and
Being put-
actual. They got small box jail cells.
They've been doing that for years,
Stacked
bro.
up.
And we always saw them on the highways,
Yeah,
moving them. They've been doing that for years. So everything's in place.
things in place, man.
We're just waiting for that. Like we said, that we saw earlier, the grid shut down. That the mark of the beast system is in place, bro. There's 5G towers literally everywhere you go,
All over the world.
all over the world.
Starlink as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, people getting arrested on terrorism watch lists.
all of that.
That happened today. Breaking news: 2 Iranians.
All of that. Oh yes, they even recently, last week, I saw in the news they arrested like 6 Bulgarians for spying for Russia. You see all of that. So all of that tension's building up. So bro, there's even people being straight up. Won't be surprised getting straight up abducted, taken to camps now, arrested on false pretenses.
Black sites, man.
Yeah, bro. So that's going down, man.
Precept.
The only reason why nothing ain't happened to us, so to speak, is because we believe the Lord's with us.
Right.
That's it. And when it goes down, even if something does happen and we end up in places, well, we're already being conditioned for something else, basically, unto death.
That's right. Come on, bro. This is
Hey, well,
Ezekiel
we're in
willing.
the time of deliverance as well.
That's right.
Because the scripture says that they killed the prophets. They ain't gonna be removed. They were, in the ancient world, they killed who was getting killed and shit. They've got a history of killing the prophets, but this time around, they ain't.
Enemy shall come in.
Like these, they ain't gonna get to kill the prophets this time around.
Time of salvation.
Right.
Miracles gonna
It's
happen.
the greatest. It's gonna be the greatest deliverance.
Ever.
Yeah.
Written about. Remember when Pharaoh came down? Remember that last hurrah Pharaoh had? He went in with wrath. and his chariots, that's when the Lord took them all out.
This
That
deliverance is gonna be
about to
like
feed his belly.
be greater
Yeah.
than Egypt.
They were great in Egypt.
As, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have a memorial to America.
Yeah.
It actually says that.
Yeah.
No more. Right.
Jeremiah
Yeah,
16.
just read it.
It's gonna be a worldwide salvation.
Yep.
A worldwide salvation, like you know, Benji. Worldwide.
Televised too.
Yeah.
The world's
Yeah,
gonna
I mean-
see it.
That's it.
Worldwide. That's how it's gonna be, man.
Yep. Jeremiah 16:14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them.
When does that happen then? You know, we like to say, "Oh, everything's fulfilled." But when was that fulfilled?
And that's Old
Because you ain't
Testament.
hearing that. That ain't no one ever. There's no one saying that. Where's who saying that? Don't. That's not happened yet. There's no reference to that ever even happening.
Right.
No one ain't talking about that. No, any deliverance that's been created in Egypt.
Come on, man.
So that cuts your whole broad doctrine, vocab, spy,
Future prophecy.
double O, J double O Malone.
That's right.
Okay.
Pizza guy.
He had the, remember he was running around with the eye patch and he
Yeah,
called
yeah.
himself Agent. He is.
Yeah, he's an agent, man.
He looks like a J double O, man.
He's German, isn't it?
Creep.
German J-double-O.
He's a creep, man.
Hey, the whole world. Remember when he was in that black church and that, and he was doing the hand signs? You see all of that? He was talking to the Jake. The Jake was like, you know them church niggas. And he was talking to him, and but brothers did videos on it. You just see him sitting there.
Yeah.
So can you talk to me more? And he was doing all them Masonic, the hand signs.
Yeah.
So we know you're a fucking insider, man.
That's it.
That's why you're able to what's that demon, Aleister Crowley? You know that he was able to just go anywhere around the world.
Yeah.
He just would pop
Oh,
up any.
yeah.
That dude had ultimate funding, all that.
Yeah, that
You're
dude,
you're not on his
that
level,
dude
but
was having fun.
Yeah, he's a freak.
That dude, Aleister Crowley, would be on a boat, right? There was one story where there was this chick, like let's say he was going fucking England or Germany, but she was going Austria or something, Switzerland or some shit like that, or France. And she just give up her whole life on the spot. How the hell do you on the boat?
Hella nips.
And she didn't even go to a journey. She just went with him and never ever went even back home. She just was with him from that point on. That dude was a
he had some
fucking
power. innit?
King Warlock, man.
Yeah, it's a King Warlock. But the point is that cat could be anywhere. He would be in fucking 1 minute he's in Italy, next minute he's in Hungary, Germany, Egypt. He could,
Yeah, that dude, Vote, he came down here.
Yeah, he came
He
down
was
here.
trying
so-
to look for us and shit.
Right, so he's
Couldn't
funded.
find us.
He had the ultimate funding. That's why he can pop up around the world, man.
Right, let's read something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let me finish.
okay,
Slow,
you got it.
finish, yeah. It says, Jeremiah 16:15 says, but the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
Israel.
Yep.
That's that point.
Says, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I'll bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
Gave unto their fathers. Wait, gave unto their fathers. So that proof is talking about a nation of people getting saved.
Wait.
Line up with the elect.
All the lands where he had driven them. That means that Israel's scattered.
Scattered.
Everywhere.
Scattered.
And how are they being gathered?
By the
By
word.
the word of the Holy One. Baruch 4.
And then
Starts with the word.
be brought back to the land that he gave their fathers.
Right.
So what does that mean, man? It ties them to a nation.
we
And it's
getting
going to
ready.
be a worldwide event, bro.
Yeah.
Because remember,
Strangeness.
Matthew 24, Jesus about how he's going to send his angels.
That's right.
You know, because that, apostles went into that fathership.
Who they gonna gather?
The children of Israel.
And it's no
It's the
coincidence
elect,
that
man.
as the word's going out every week, every day, however the Lord's got the word going out. Look, man, Esau every day his system's just being exposed. The JOOs, their world's coming to a close. And this system's going down. It's obvious. It's just basically we have the answers as to what's next. You know, there is going to be a world after this because the earth's not going away. The earth's going to be here. The power of the earth is going to be given to us. That's the future.
Yeah.
What
Precept. Second Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world,
Yeah.
and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
So that's the world we're in. We're in the world of Esau, basically.
right, the
This is
wicked.
the world we're in, and it's obvious, man. That it's because look, man. Even people that once hailed this society up. Everyone's complaining. That's all you see on the media.
Oh,
Social media is just everyone complaining. Whether it's about race, whether it's about economy, whether it's about they ain't got enough to live, they can't eat. Everyone's complaining. Why? Because you're in the world of the wicked. The Edomites are ruling.
Precept.
Go on, bro.
Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Yeah, so if righteousness was in rulership, there would be no one complaining. Everyone would be happy because you'd be having your allotted space, your land, your freedoms to do things, you know. But everyone now in this world's complaining because what? You can barely live. What did that devil Klaus Schwab say? That German Edomite. You shall own nothing and be happy, right? Is that not what they've done to everyone? Technically, they're squeezing everyone.
Well, this is
They're squeezing the whole world, bro. Even now, I saw something where someone was saying that it was them, you know, them old bottles. They, you know, them guys, they lift weights and talk and that. He was saying they lift weights and they talk about life and that. He was saying even in the UK, man, 70k is not even enough now a year in the UK, especially if you're someone that's, you know, doing things in society, trying to make things happen. You need money to do things, right?
These
You
houses,
got no money.
Them houses and rent prices have actually doubled.
They doubled.
rent.
It's hard to buy a
They
house.
They doubled.
Yeah.
It's fucked, bro.
Obviously,
Not
look,
even
you
for
can,
renting.
yeah.
Like it's everything. Like
It's just ridiculous,
rent
bro.
to rent. Yeah, for real.
everything doubled, man.
Like you're not getting any. The point is in this
People are so
system.
desperate for apartments. When people go to view them,
Right.
there's lines of people.
That was outside,
People,
yeah.
bro.
I got told that as well. Someone was telling me that
That's
recently.
I've seen it. It's real.
Just for a fucking room and the windows, the front
real?
door. Serious,
You see them, bro.
bro. That's how much you
Sometimes
squeeze.
dress smart.
The things we're supposed to have freely, Esau squeezed it, boy.
And it's a multifaceted attack, and that's how we know that this whole thing is on purpose, because it's like what they've done is they basically changed a whole load of like rent rules. So now, like as a landlord, it's just like, yo, this doesn't even make sense for me to be doing this anymore, right? So then a lot of landlords are selling the second properties that they did have or whatever, what have you, meaning that there's less in the market. And then guess what? Then your Lloyds and your big banks are coming in to buying those yards. So it's just, as a brother mentioned, right, it is that transfer, right, it is that you will own nothing, right, and Esau will give you them psych meds so you can be happy.
Basically, innit? That's what he's doing, man. So you know, pretty much we need the world is gonna go to the hands of the righteous. That's what we're waiting for. All right, that comes through Yahweh Shai, man.
Yep. A bit more here. It says, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
And that's what everyone's doing, mourning. Man, Esau, even the other day, there was that article about the tap water in certain towns in the UK. Don't drink it, which we don't drink that. We don't drink
200
it.
postcodes.
Yeah, it was all fucking.
Some fucking bacteria.
Fucking demons, man.
In that,
They're giving you
and
back.
that happened in the south, and they weren't even telling nobody.
Right.
People on Facebook like, "Hey, you're gonna report this." The only way people knew was to go because of Facebook, but a lot of people got sick. And then eventually, I think it was like a day later, or so, you know, how many hours it took them, and so they wanted people to get
Just to die, basically.
To experience, they're killing people.
Of course. And you know what, bro?
Killing
They,
people,
as
man.
well, they've been doing that to us anyway. We've grown up on the straight pollution, but now it's just blatantly, they're just coming out with it. Look, man, this specific region, the tap water is completely fucked. You know, don't drink it anyway, it's all fucked. You know what I mean? Don't drink it anyway. But it just shows you the world we're in. Now they're coming out and telling you it, and it's just everyone just, you know, has to accept it. It's like, what do we do? That's really what people think.
Yeah,
What
look,
do we do?
we ain't got long left.
Yeah,
right?
man.
We ain't got long left. Trump, this got to be this is the
gotta
last
be.
guy.
Nero.
Look what's going on.
Yeah.
Nero.
Yeah.
Look up Nero's history, and then you'll see it. Right, this is it, man.
The European nation. Go on.
Like basically, man, I was casting some boxing and shit, and I looked at the politics, and basically when Trump was the favorite, like the super fit, you couldn't win. If you put £1,000 on Trump, you get 1 pence back.
Because they
But
wouldn't
if you
use
put
gonna get him.
£1,000 on Kamala, you would have got like
Good money.
£5,000, £10,000.
Yeah.
So that showed you who the fuck was going to win. Politics is always like that. If you want to know from, I said this first. If you want to know who's going to go in, yeah, just look at the lots. Look at the lots on the politics. Every time I've seen it, even with the French, when was Macron, he was just by clear. and recently again when they had they just had an election, didn't they? It was the same thing. So I said, you know what, this is good. It's all rigged.
It's all rigged.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause they know who's gonna. It's all selected.
It's all selected, man.
It's all selected. Trump was gonna
Storylines
get
and
in
shit.
there.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That was just what was gonna happen. Bottom line. Because what the media would do, the media can easily do this. The media can only show you Trump supporters, and that like basically, that's all that's going on around the country. Yeah. That's all they gotta do. That's all they gotta do. They control what you see and what you perceive it. So they make you that everybody's supporting Trump, because that's all they'll show you. That's all they gotta do. So when he gets in there, see, we told you, because
Even the way he'll take certain shots, like he'll do a hella tight shot, and you thinking there's thousands of people, but then they do a wide shot. It's like, oh, it's only like 20 guys there and stuff like that. They did that a few times.
Hollywood,
like,
innit?
they did that for
Hollywood, bro.
Hillary
Yeah.
one time.
Even
They did it for
remember
fucking-
the one was with Joe Biden. Remember who was waving?
Yeah.
The crowd was like no one there.
Bro, it's Hollywood. It's all his theatrics. They did it with the moon landing.
Yeah.
Now, years later, they told us it was a set. Go on, right? It's all theatrics, bro. This whole world, you find out, it's all even a lot of these mega sports events are fixed. It's crazy. It's all like a big boxing match. You're thinking the Thriller Manila, and it's fixed. There's a script before the fight. Listen, take the dive on the 9th. Let him hit you with a hard shot to the stomach. It's like, go on, bro. Go on, man.
Yeah, this is Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
That's right. So now's the time to be alert, man, in the spirit. Now's the time to be alert, awoken. We are awakened, man.
Time left.
We ain't got much time left, man.
Yeah.
There's that one scripture, I think in Luke, it says, lift up your heads because your redemption is nigh. So this shit, we're close, man. We ain't got we can't be thinking that bullshit, brother, we're gonna be here another 10 years. No, fuck that, bro. We're gonna be out of here ASAP. That's how we gotta think.
Well, but look at what it's evident, man. What's going on? Blackouts. Come on, man. There's too much. There's actually so much stuff going on. Like it's overwhelming.
Overwhelming.
You know what I'm saying? It's overwhelming.
Nations with
You
nuclear.
got, and then because we talked about blackouts in certain countries, there'll be things happening in other parts of Europe and things that you probably ain't hit the mainstream media.
Oh, yeah.
Because not everything hits the mainstream media. You know what I'm saying?
And it's funny, man, showing you how this shit is controlled, because even with that thing with India and Pakistan, all of a sudden the diaspora of those cultures was going at it
But
around
you know
the world.
what's funny? Because right when that happened, so they had Keir Starmer they made a deal with India.
Yes, they
The
did.
next day,
They did.
India shot a rocket on Pakistan.
Yeah.
The next day, come on, man. So
And both them countries are nuclear, by the way.
right, so we know what's going on. But the scripture says the devil come down unto you having great wrath, because he knows he has a short time. Now I did a video on a UFO, and it was in basically what they're saying is in England, Kent is like the second most active place for UFOs. And I didn't know that. And I found a video, and I played this video. It was on this site, right? And guess what? The video just says processing. It's just not going up. Like, what's right? Then I put another video up. It went up. That one just does. It's not going up. I don't know if it's up now, but it didn't want to go up, man.
That's called the Garden of England, isn't it, Ken?
The Garden of England. That's what he said it in the report. So there's stuff going on out there, man. If you really see a chariot, you might want to head down there.
Yeah, I've been down, man. The skies are clear as hell.
Oh yeah.
Like it's like, you know how you might see 5 stars here, like there it's like the whole sky's just lit
Right. See
with
that?
stars, man.
So and it's called a gut. So you see, come on, man. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
What we got?
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Because hey, Esau, obviously, he's gonna start fighting the UFOs. That's the war in heaven.
Yeah.
Let's just read on.
And lose miserably.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose miserably. You're gonna lose miserably when your house shack
Yeah,
comes.
you gonna lose.
You're gonna
You gonna-
fucked up, man. And it's funny because even I saw that
Lose.
they're releasing a new Superman movie. I don't know if y'all seen the trailer for it. You know, I like them Superman movies. deep CGI in that looks good, but I see how they put like the AI in it. There's AI in it. I've seen it. It's got like, it's crazy, bro. His dog's got powers in the movie. It's funny, man. His dog's got his power. Let's read, man. Let's read. No, because every time we know that Superman's Yahweh Shai, isn't it? So it's funny that they're releasing a new one as well, bro. You know, Kal-El. So I like to check those ones. Let's read the scriptures, bro.
Revelation chapter 19, verse 11. And I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war.
That's Yahweh Shai, man.
That's right.
And it's gonna be a righteous thing when he makes war. Because look, Esau for generation after generation has just got away with basically murder. And there's been no justice on a global scale, man. And now it's getting to the point where, the whole earth is complaining, really. That's really where we're at now. And the same, and as well, the way the Lord played this move as well was bad, because the lesser nations, they all now have the nukes too. So he's played a master
chess move on it.
yeah. But the best thing the Lord did as well was the people that have been the most asleep, which is the tribes. He's given us back what? Not weapons. He's given us back a spiritual weapon, which is this word. The elect can hear it. See what I'm saying? So the Lord built up all these other lesser nations with the nukes and whatnot. Japan and strong, all these countries. Ethiopia's got a nuke. All these countries, Pakistan, India, whatever. We don't have shit but the word. But we got the future, the prophecy, and the powers coming. That's all we got to wait on, man.
Yes, sir.
We're people of faith. Remember, Israel, even when we came up against the Greeks, we fucked the Greeks up bad. And we were just farmers. Remember that? So the Lord gave the power to Jake, and they fucked up them Greeks, bro. And they were a mighty army. So that's how the Lord always does it. He likes the less to prove a point.
To prove what's going, it's all about him.
To prove, yeah.
Which once again you look at these individuals that they want to make it about themselves, and it ain't about us. Even the story of Gideon, the Lord was straight up was like, nah. If there's too many of them, I know these people.
They'll
won't say
glory
they did
themselves.
it.
Yeah, that's true. And what did he say? Whoever laps like a dog,
Yeah.
them you take, innit?
Yeah.
And whoever don't, you don't take them with you.
Yeah.
And because I don't know if that's like symbolic of servitude, innit? Because that's like because they were so thirsty they like drank the water like dogs basically. Yeah, sorry, go on. Man.
And then, man, ultimately, we are going to have that victory over the beast, over his image, over the mark, through the Lord, man. You know what I mean? His blood. So that just proves as well, like it's not of our very own works, man. You know what I mean? It's through faith.
It's faith, bro.
You know? Like, I mean, if you think about it, Esau, his, drones, his missiles, his 50 caliber bullets and shit that split people open and all that kind of stuff. Through faith, that ain't gonna harm those that are of his elect.
Yeah.
Quicker.
That's powerful, man.
There was one thing I see before. Oh, sorry, go on, brother. Go on, brother. Sorry.
It's the book of Revelation, 12 from 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. And they overcame him.
That's talking about them JOOs in particular. The Esau as a whole, they are our brethren, but the story, as the story is, they're the evil. But guess what? It said they talk shit about us day and night. But they're praying to the Father, they're praying to their soothsayers, to keep us in a fucked up condition. So it's no coincidence that you see the majority of Jake, the tribe, they're in the worst state we've ever been. You've seen the tribes they're all over the gap, crazy as a motherfucker, man. But that's all because of there's a reason behind that. That's the scriptures tell you. They pray day and night against us. Go on, bro.
God.
And if they could, they'd really want to destroy the elect. But you can't. We got a different hedge.
Let's cut them off from being a people.
And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death.
So we overcame him by Yahweh Shai's blood, him going on the cross and everything, the suffering he had to suffer. You see, that's how we overcame it. That's why the scriptures talk about when you disobey the word, and let's say you fall out, God forbid, you don't fall out, but it's like you crucified him afresh. Now you're saying like go back up on the cross for me, basically. So that's how deep this important this thing is, because it's a fine line, because basically the Lord had to die for us to get this. You have to remember that. Always take that into heat, man. This ain't about you or personal gain or whatever. It's about the man went on the cross, suffered, got whipped, motherfucking humiliated in front of all these, you know, like bro, think about it even on a low level. You don't like being humiliated on a low level. Someone can talk shit to you in front of people. It can be embarrassing.
You know, people are gonna have to pay for that.
You have to pay for that, bro.
That's in Revelation 1 and 7. That he's actually there's people lined up. A lot of people are gonna be walking down, zapped by a chariot, or have to face Yahweh Shai face to
Get
face.
fucked up, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, like, there's a lot of judgment. We're in the time of judgment. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, all that they did, they got a lot. It's time for people to pay.
That's what it's payback time.
What do you say? Better is the end of a thing than the beginning. Especially these wicked ass kingdoms. You know what I'm saying?
That's all the earth's been ruled by these fucking demons all these years. You know, kingdom after kingdom of just fucking people going off. Now it's time for the righteous, man.
Yeah, righteousness, yes.
Kingdom after kingdom of just bullshit, bro. That's all we've fucking reincarnation after reincarnation. We've been born into bullshit.
That's why in Acts the disciples were saying, Lord, are you going to restore again the kingdom to Israel? Yeah. Because you had different empires of heathens ruling. That's what needs to be put to a stop. Yep.
Daniel chapter 7 verse 27, and the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom.
There was a, what's it, Hugh Mondell? He was an old school Benjamite singer. Yeah, he got took out, you know. I'm going to say to another Benjamite, famous reggae dude, got him took out. You know it's dirty out there.
Yeah.
You thinking, you know.
I don't want to climb the ladders, innit?
Right. So to climb it, so, but he had a song. He had the King of Israel, but he also used to say earth rightful ruler. Now he was going off with you because they were going off. That's why you ain't hearing about them no more. Them druids, because you know what, them guys, they was praising a false god. But but earth rightful rulers is Jake, is Yahweh Shai, and then the government body of the kingdom is going to be 144,000. You know, so that's the order. That's in Revelations. That's the established order, man. And people, you got numerology, spiritual number 12, the spiritual number, the 12 disciples, 13, Yahweh Shai, and the 12, 144. That was spiritual number. These are, because you know other people like to use these numbers.
For their shit, innit?
Right, but you don't, no, we tell you what the foundations are. The real, how you really apply these, the spirit, man. Because it's righteous vibrations, 144, government body in the kingdom. Spiritual. Right.
It says, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him.
That's right, man.
And that's the reward that's coming. You know what I'm saying? The scripture speaks. In fact, I got another precept. Revelation chapter 2:25. It says, but that which ye have already hold fast till I come. And what do we have? We have this word. We have this truth. You know, we gotta hold it fast, man. See how it shine. We gotta hold the line.
Oh yeah, so
You know,
Subhanallah.
Yahweh Shai, he's known as what, the author and finisher of our faith. He held the line to the end. We gotta do the same. We gotta follow the line, right?
Lord willing.
Lord willing, right? Because what other choice do we have? Otherwise, you don't toe the line. You try and go some other way like some of these other cats. It ain't gonna end well. You know. And that's you know, these guys, they do that because they lack fear. You know what I'm saying? Self-will, that you read that scripture earlier, being self-willed in that. You know what I mean? It's not really about the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai to them. It's really about what they want. They want to establish their own thing. That's why they're bucking up and they want to talk and bark up trees and that. Because it's really about them. They're really about exalting themselves. It ain't really about Yahweh Shai being exalted to them. You know? But this thing ain't about us. The scriptures speak about he that exalteth himself shall be abased. And we're seeing these guys that constantly want to exalt themselves, they get abased. Call themselves chief high priests and this and that. But then at the same time, they're talking about we got another 1,000 years. I mean, what the fuck are these guys are compromised, bro? How you gonna listen to a bug out like that? They don't really understand what this thing is all about, man. This is about enduring it to the end. You know?
That's what Elder Pastor Hart says all the time throughout the year. Jay don't really know what this truth is about.
Right.
Always says that. That always stuck with me. When you observe these different camps and they don't really know about this truth. They don't know why they're going to the camp. They don't know. They're not really anticipating the return of Yahweh Shai. And like the brother said, they don't actually fear Yahweh Shai either, man. You
Right.
can tell by the things that they say, the way they move, their conduct,
What they're on.
what they're on.
Niggas with garments, man.
Yeah, straight up.
That's it.
Bro, this whole year. Sorry, go on.
It's okay, bro.
No, go.
Hey, when you you know that shows in the, when Yahweh Shai was around, you had the wicked scribes and Pharisees. They wanted it to continue because they had deals with Rome.
Right. Compromise.
What was the apostles on? They were always coming up to Yahweh Shai. When is
Hastening
the
the day.
When is the kingdom coming? Is the
When
kingdom coming now?
when John the Baptist was around, like, they were like, get this guy out of here. Like they didn't want him around.
Right.
When Samuel used to come to town, they didn't want him around.
Right.
Why?
Yeah,
because
because
people
of
had
their
good
deeds.
lives and shit. And the prophets always brought like bad news, innit? People don't want to hear bad news, man.
Oh, but Boris Johnson, prophets of doom.
Yeah. And you know what the joke is?
Trump
Even
said
these
that
other
too.
camps,
Oh
bro.
yeah, no,
These other camps, bro, it's funny because this whole few years, you know, all different things. There's so much stuff that's happened, just like different controversies. Because the Lord does like controversy. But it's funny because this shit is like, them motherfuckers move like it's like Vlad TV and shit.
Yeah.
There's always something going on. But you know, because the Lord does like controversy, but
it.
he does it for a reason. It's like to prove his point. Because when that happens, guess who's onto you? GMS straight away, do something. Like them cats in the, I almost say it, man, IUIC. Them motherfucking, they had that English, the girl here, she died under them. Remember?
Oh, the Joy
Joyner.
Morgan.
Yeah, Joy Morgan. Yeah. She died, bro. That was a whole murder case under their fucking camps, under their shit. Then you got, under them, you got crazy ass adultery stories. Go on, brother. Go on.
Look, I was saying, but once again, had it been
Pistol whip the other
GMS,
day.
had that been GMS,
Yeah.
right, they would have never stopped talking about it.
Oh yeah, we not. Well,
You know.
well, remember with us, anything they will try and leap on. But so what, man? It is what it is. But that's like those wicked scribes and Pharisees. What did Yahweh Shai say? Clean up this. The inner of your cup is dirty, basically. But you're talking about how this man is doing his thing.
Yeah, basically, them guys like a white and grey.
Right? Yeah.
You know? Yeah,
That's it for the dead men.
Like I can't tell the brother. I can't
Looks
say
nice.
to one of my brothers, look, bro, don't do this, that, and the look. I'll always say to one of the brothers, if I'm gonna give you reason, I'll say, look, man, you can take it or not, but you know, I know I'll do fucked up shit, but look, try to do it this way or whatever. Or if I tell you something, I'm living by it, 100%.
Okay, you know
You
what?
can bank on the word. I'm living by it. If I'm telling you something, I'm living by what I'm telling you, man. Come on, bro.
So,
But
you know-
we all do that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say one thing I found quite interesting is those two instances, right? So you had the pistol incident
That was recent.
with recent, right? That were brought up by IUIC, and the fact that the management didn't really talk about it. But then through the spirit, what got brought up again when someone tried to lay hands on another brother in GMS, and we dealt with it expeditiously, man, because it's all about the akim at the end of the day, man. You know, that brotherly love. It's all at the same time. At the same time, because we have forgotten about that guy.
Remember the scripture says in your congregation, you always got to look for wickedness. That's the key. Look for that and get it out of there because it can spread. And what did the Lord say? He said, them that sin rebuke before all so that others can fear. It's an open thing. It's like you're not hiding it. You're openly doing it so wise people can take counsel from that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that kind of example, whatever.
The Lord is making a difference between us, the great most of, right? You know, because His Spirit is here. We believe that, and these other camps, man. You know?
He's searching it with candles.
I had that scripture.
Oh, is it spirit?
Right. This is Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 12. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their lease.
Yeah, so that's why everything's being exposed. Like, bro, the Lord has made it manifest. Like,
Don't close up after that.
like the Lord has made everything clear in the spirit. Who's right and who's wrong. Like, bro, there's dudes getting paid. Dudes getting pistol whipped. You know what I mean? Like, dudes,
Hella adultery.
hell of adulteries, face.
Peg.
But even
Taking
Nate,
selfie
remember
with
Nate said,
fringes.
I like that. He said,
Nasty
"That
shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
adultery.
you know what I mean? Like,
That's
like there's actually, and it's like, you know, like there's so much things have been happening. It's like all these camps that are in a certain vein have been exposed, and there's one camp like in particular that they're just teaching the word. None of this controversies. No school.
no funding.
No fun.
Hey,
yeah,
that's how you know it in the end.
that's it.
Because the Lord's done it right at the end, just expose everything
Everyone.
so you can see clearly
Yeah.
what's going on. There's no excuse right
There's
now.
no excuse.
So when hell breaks loose right now,
Yeah.
you've got no effing excuse.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that the scripture says, then it shall be known who am I chosen.
Right.
He's already that
Yeah.
prophecy is kind of the Lord's
Yeah.
opening that up.
Yeah.
The Lord's opening that up because all these, like you said, all they've been exposed.
It's the end. It's the end. Like,
All them theatrics all over the years.
It's been brought
The
up.
Lord just lifting
Yeah.
that skirt, man.
Lifting that skirt.
And under that skirt was a pegging kit.
Oh,
Like, you know, like under the garment, but under the garment, man. Like he had the garment over it. You know what I mean? You go to his house, but he's got shalom, but he's trying.
What was you doing?
Right.
just bare
He's trying to fix the garment. Do it. I mean, no, man.
Even the way them lot are teaching, even those cats, they're going on as if he's like it's just a new day now. You know, like it's crazy. You know what
Acting
I'm
as if
talking
he
about.
died. You're like, oh, he was a good man.
Right.
But you know, that was the past.
He was getting pegged by some AI robot.
Showing you all,
How can some
y'all,
AI
y'all sold for that filthy.
Some
look.
AI fucking device. You know, that probably talks to you and shit. Like that. Anyway, mate, see, this is how crazy this shit is. This is how crazy this shit is.
It's far out, man.
Oh,
Bro,
man.
read the lot, break it down, Shaq.
But yeah,
Close
it's
down,
been
close
searched.
down,
Yeah, it can. But it's been searched out, man. Everything. So there's no excuses, bro.
Yeah.
Like dudes told their camp members to get vaccinated.
All of that.
Okay.
It's all happening, mate.
And you know what? All we've ever said is this too. We told you what the mark of the beast is.
That's it.
We told you don't follow Esau's ways. When the sea hip came out, bro, even if certain brothers had doubt, yeah, you know what we told them?
Said,
Pray.
yeah.
Bro, pray. We came together, don't do that. And guess what? No one did it.
No one did it.
You know, because you know that in your time of need, you can always have doubt. We're men.
Yeah.
But what it is you have to overcome it.
You gotta push through.
We never took it. None of that.
That's it.
We never folded to none of that. And guess what? When the mark of the beast comes, when it will come, and it is going to be what we said it is in the right hand or in that
Major
forward,
prophecy.
yeah, we're not, Lord willing, going to fold to that too.
Yep.
That's when we're going to really see what's happening, man.
And that's when the Lord's gonna step in and show them miracles.
You're gonna show them
Lord,
miracles.
Lord
You know,
willing.
well, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Hey, that's the Lord's will. That the Lord's gonna step in.
Yeah.
The Lord's gonna show miracles. That's when the chip comes. The Lord's gonna have brothers eat. He said it. Isaiah 65:13.
He's gonna guide
My
us.
servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. These things are written, so we have to believe that these scriptures, right, are gonna come to pass. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Different scenarios, different brothers, different places. It's gonna happen, and that's our faith.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we gotta believe that.
Nah, fact.
Because if you ain't got faith, what you got, man? You got
Nothing.
faith in this? Shit, with faith in the chip?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
And my arm is short that I can't say.
Come on, that's right.
The Lord's arm is not short, man.
That's right.
It says that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil.
Yeah, because there's people that think that the Lord's not gonna actually work. Like people think that we're gonna be here, like
Forever, like,
basically teaching and then die, and then our sons, yeah, man, you know, first of all, no, that's not happening, bro.
Bro,
Like,
we always say
this is the last day.
and we're gonna close. I'm sorry, because brother said to close. After we're gonna close, we're gonna close. But if Esau gonna rule forever, brother used to always say, man, take me out, man. Esau gonna be here forever. If Esau's gonna rule forever, which he ain't, he's going down, bro.
But guess what? They are
Being this motherfucker,
the
man.
the mark of the beast proves that it's this time.
Yeah.
Because the mark
now.
of the beast isn't prophesied to happen like some other far time.
It's
to
right
it.
here,
It's
bro. It's
speaking
here.
now, and it's gonna happen now, and it's gonna get to the point that certain men are gonna actually get killed for not taking it. So that
People
means
are
the time
actually
period is
chipped
now.
right now.
People are
Right,
chipped
right,
now.
Yeah,
People
but
are-
yeah.
yeah.
Come on, man.
You gotta get
That's human
trained.
enough.
Yeah.
We're gonna read this and then you wanna read this and we close out. You wanted to read this.
This is go Proverbs 20 and 27. The spirit of man is the candle of the Lord, searching all the inward parts of the belly.
All right, bro. Yeah. We out, man.
Shalom. Bless. Hey, Yabba Shabbat Katam, man. Yabba Shabbat Katam.